wait times at the HCA East Florida Hospital emergency rooms average in the single digits, less than 10 minutes. Just go to hcaeastflorida.com. They list all their wait times for all their hospital emergency rooms, and they update them every 30 minutes. You'll be ready in case of emergency, because emergencies don't wait for appointments. hcaeastflorida.com. So pleased to be joined by Frank Robledo, Jr., the Sales Director, Charter Corporate and Incentive Sales at Carnival Cruise Lines, one of South Florida's best corporate entities. We're so glad to have you.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and a pleasure to be here with all of you, letting you know, of course, of all the fun that we have to offer, not only right here in South Florida, but really across the nation here in the U.S.
Now, there are companies that'll say, go to Carnival and say, we want to take the whole company and put them on a ship, right?
That's right. We have really, all of our groups that travel with Carnival, whether they be, family fun groups or corporate groups. Really, we can handle any group that's from 16 people all the way to 3,500 people on board a ship. So if you want to rent out the ship for the weekend, for the week, we definitely have a ship for them.
What kind of itineraries do you have? What days?
So we have everything from 3 to 8 day cruises on the norm. We also have everything from 3 to really 16-day cruises. But on the norm, 3 to 8 day cruises right here at South Florida. Right here, of course, in our own backyard here at Port Miami, and also in Fort Lauderdale. But 3 to 8 day cruises are the norm, and people who are taking the ship out completely or renting it out completely, which is a full ship charter, are usually renting out typically from 3 to 5 days, and that's what your corporate groups are typically doing. Also, are your shorter cruise market.
Right, and of course you've got a variety of restaurants on board. You've got great wines on board, and you even got a sales marketing guy who can make stuff. What'd you make?
Well, I did actually our signature dessert, which is right here. It's our warm chocolate melting cake, found in all 26 of our fun ships across the fleet. It's really a fabulous dessert. I hope I actually did this correctly.
I bet you did.
It looks beautiful.
It looks absolutely gorgeous. Brenda's going to dive into it in a second.
I am.
So what do we need to know? Okay, I have a company and I've got 30 people. I want to thank them for a great year. I want to get them all together, a team building kind of exercise thing. I call you?
Absolutely. You give us a call. You can give myself a call, or of course you can give us a call at our corporate incentive desk, and we can set everything up for you. I mean, it's a lot easier to, and I don't know if you've ever thought about it, it's a lot easier to do this on a ship than it is to do it on land, logistically. And of course, everything that's included. It's all contained.
Right.
You have really the attention
Can't lose anyone.
Exactly. You have the attention of all 30 of either your team or your accounts or your best clients right there on board the ship 24/7 for 3 or 4 or 5 days. And the great thing is everything's included. So all your meals are included, all your activities are included.
So you can budget out, and whatever you budget, that's what it's going to cost.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, you talk about an incentive program. Suppose I decide my top 10 salespeople are going to wind up with the cruises for them and their wives or husbands on your cruise ships. You can set that kind of a program up too.
As well, definitely. We have incentive programs or meetings that, of course, they can do while at sea, and we can set up a conference room for them or a lounge where they can host their meetings every morning or every afternoon, and then, of course, be able to enjoy the ship and have a little bit of fun as well and have a vacation out of it. And the best thing is, it's a memorable vacation. And the other thing is, when you think about it, and especially with incentive groups, a lot of time companies will incentivize their team with monetary prizes.
Rewards. Yeah.
And it's actually proven, it's a study done by the Incentive Research Foundation, that really the groups will actually end up remembering more a trip than they do actually the monetary.
Right. Yeah, no, it's a special thing to remember, be able to take your wife or husband and be able to enjoy it in that sense. Restaurants on board. How many different restaurants do you have on your largest ship?
And stuff.
So even on our largest ships, we have really over about 15 different venues to eat at, and set aside from the dining room. So definitely a lot of different restaurants and options that you could choose from while on board our ships.
So if you want Mexican or Italian, or it doesn't matter, you got it going on a Carnival cruise ship.
Absolutely.
The wine program looks pretty good too. We're going to get back, we're going to taste a little bit of that wine, talk to you about the wine program on Carnival Cruise Line, and taste this famous Frank chocolate cake dessert. We're going to do that because it looks delicious, absolutely.
It does.
Why don't you ever send me, can I get an incentive for being the top sales guy in this company or something like that?
Absolutely.
There's 2 of us. We'll come back with more. Frank's going to keep joining us from Carnival Cruise Lines right after this on Eat This, Drink That, Go.
Go.
pleased to be joined by Frank Robledo, who's the sales director and charter corporate and incentive sales guy from Carnival Cruise Line.
The fun ships.
The fun ships,
Fun
exactly.
ships.
Carnival.com, or you can find them, carnival.com. First, we're talking about incentive sales or just fun things for corporations. Or how about you've got a 50th anniversary party, with 7 kids and the grandchildren want to go. Those kind of events. How do we do that?
Well, of course, yeah, definitely. Carnival Cruise Lines, what's great about us is we are very multi-generational. The average age, if you think about, actually, let me ask you a question. What do you think the average age on Carnival is? Knowing the Carnival, the brand, we're the fun ships, what do you think the average age is?
I think it's younger than what I would assume if you said another cruise line.
I want to say 35.
I'd say 42.
Close. We're actually 49.
Is that right?
49 is the
okay.
average rate
Right.
because of the multi-generational, because of all these families coming on board, because of our corporate groups traveling as well. And we have everything from your grandchild to your child to then
Right.
the kids and then the grandparents wanting to, of course, take the family on board.
And you can
ship.
all go your own way and do your own thing if you want and meet for dinner that night.
And that's the great thing about cruising. We
Right.
have everything for everybody from camps to the kids to, of course, going to different seminars while on board to doing some bingo or going to the casino or watching some great shows, comedy shows, our playlist
The
production
spa.
shows, the spa.
The fitness center.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The good thing, I've gone on cruises and lost weight by the end of it, and ate like you couldn't imagine. But there's so much going on a cruise ship, and Carnival is that way. There's always something you can get going if you want to get going.
Yeah.
I loved playing basketball. When the ball went over the side, everybody ran to the side and watched and saw the orange dot. It was like, what? It was kind of fun. While let's taste this chocolate first.
Yes,
You worked hard
absolutely.
at this. And I know this is one of the signature dishes on a Carnival Cruise Line.
Yeah, so this is actually our warm chocolate melting cake. It is our signature dessert on board all of our ships. And so we're very excited to bring this to you. Of course, we are not allowed to take any food off of our ships. And so I asked our VP of Culinary to, of course, be able to give me the recipe,
Right.
So
which
you made it.
You'll see right there. And I
Unbelievable.
did decide to make this. And so it, of course,
my gosh,
vanilla
that
ice
has
was
to
cream.
be paired up with a little bit of ice cream here, vanilla ice cream, the warm chocolate melting cake. Very easy to make, actually, and to cook, actually, it only takes about 14 minutes to cook up this warm chocolate cake.
See, this is the kind of service you get on Carnival Cruise Lines,
That's
right
right.
there. Look at that. I mean, look at that. That's just
So
absolutely
hopefully you
delicious.
can dive in. What you want to do is, of course, take a little bit of ice
The
cream.
ice cream first. Okay.
And then dip right in the middle, which it is. I can't believe I made this correctly.
It
Gotta
looks
be
good.
honest.
He's so
I am so excited. Because I tried this
Oh.
yesterday, it didn't work out so well. But as you can see, the chocolate just melts in your mouth
Frank,
as, of
you
course,
did it
as you
right.
take the
You did it
ice cream as
perfect.
well.
Get rid of that executive chef and put you in board. I mean, goodness. And the wines you brought a Malbec.
So I brought them. Yes, we brought a
That's
Malbec.
gooey, gooey, wonderfulness.
We brought a Malbec. These are just some of our wines that we can find,
Right.
of course, throughout the ship and of course, at dinner. One of the wines that I did want to bring, unfortunately I didn't get a chance to bring, though, is our gift wine, which is, of course, the wine by Kathy Lee
Kathy Lee
Gifford,
Gifford.
who's been our spokeswoman for many years,
Right.
who's been working with us for quite some time. And we now have her wines, of course, on board all of our ships, and you'll see a wine bottle in the dining room at your table every night, so you choose to decide to take it.
And it's a gift. Remember, gift, G-I-F, Frank Gifford,
Gifford.
her
Get
late
it,
husband,
it's
the Hall of Famer. If you want more information, Frank, give us an address, something to give us to.
Yeah, you can go to www.carnivalmeetings.com, where you can, of course, find all the information, of course, of our meetings and incentive groups, or carnival.com as well, and be able to see all of our wonderful ships there.
Frank, great to see you.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
He
Thank
should
you
be a
so
chef.
much.
We'll come back
Yes.
with more right after this at Eat This Drink Back Go.
Go.
Cheers.